Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CoculesNation. My name is Secret Agent Ixto Cocules. I'm the founder and the director for Cocules Media and the CoculesNation. So, earlier today, at the time of recording, I went ahead and I just did this with Vim. So let's just do straight up Vim. Now, we don't have some patterns here, but that's okay. Now, this looks weird, I know. But let's just... It'd be better if I actually went through my Vim RC. Now, there's some weird stuff with the Markdown fenced languages thing. I think I have an idea. I'll just get rid of that sucker. And I think it's under... It's a let. So that's a let command. Looks to be okay. Just straight up Vim. That looks fine, right? That should be just fine. Let's go back into the Vim RC. I've essentially learned how to set up Vim, and I've learned the basic keybinds for Vim and all that. I need to actually use them. However, I have this Vim, which will essentially be a sort of word processing Vim if I wanted to use Vim as a word processor, which is highly unlikely. Don't mind the light line stuff here. I will need to fix that. But otherwise, it's not too bad. I did have a huge backing of David Craddock's Vim config. I literally copied most of the stuff here. And of course, this is getting stupid. This is getting silly. This is getting really silly here. But a lot of people are going to recognize this. Some of these things in Vim, very, very easy. I did go ahead and rid myself of the error bells. I actually have a G map leader. Well, the leader key is going to be set to that. So let's do source and then reload the file. Uh-oh. Do I need a let? I think that's the shorthand for source. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Oh, that's going to be loaded. We do have a paste from clipboard. I will, of course, be using Diodon for that, if I do have anything to paste. We do have this call to basically remap this sort of thing. If we use gvim, this is the GUI version, we will set the colors on the terminal to 256. And there are a couple of these redundancies. Obviously, we do not apparently need a map leader set up like that. Go ahead and just do this. I don't know why that happens. That is a weird error I get, but that should be fine. No remap. I disable any sort of macros. I don't need those. F1 is disabled. I don't know what that's all about, but I just disabled it. Ruler focus. Yep, I just went ahead and did that. Also did a let with the markdown fence languages. That should be fine. I did some color schemes, syntax stuff, some mode lines. Went ahead and did Vim airline, which is what you see down there. However, something is just being a little silly with powerline shenanigans. But at the very least, I actually have some shenanigans with Vim airline. So I might just go ahead and get rid of airline, honestly. So let's just go ahead, do all of this, delete that, keep it simple. We'll just keep it simple, silly. And then I do have Vim Airline and Vim Airline themes. I do have like correct used as well. I'll just reset Vim and everything should be working and should be good to go. Now I do want to install something. So there are some status lines. Let's actually go ahead and place that over here. There are some status lines. People could build them. No plugins used. There's Vim Airline, which is a status line, but I think there are some more that people can utilize as well. I am using something called Plug, which is essentially a plugin package manager. There are a few of these for Vim. There are a lot more in NeoVim, of which I've also started configuring, but I need to do a little bit more of that. I don't have anything with Powerline right now, so I do not know why we have this Powerline shenanigans, but that's okay. I'll just go ahead and do plug update. Make sure everything should be fine and dandy, including but not limited to like correct, pencil, auto tag, limelight. I do have limelight. This limelight thing, this is basically a way to do certain things with limelight. And it looks like it does not get turned on. And you can also do hyperfocus writing with Vim using Goyo. So for Goyo, I do have Goyo as well. But however, with Goyo, I probably just need to Goyo. Okay then. Well then, I'll just go ahead and do Goyo Vim or Goyo Vim. Huh, interesting. Best served with limelight. The Sol 216, that looks pretty nice. And then Goyo. Okay. So I think I'll just do some Goyo configuration while I'm at it. That's actually going to be pretty nice. That should be fine then. That should be fine and dandy like so. So we should be good with limelight. So if I turn limelight on, yeah, do that with Goyo and we should be okay. So we're fine and dandy there. Invalid expression 75%. Well, the 75% is the invalid expression, and that is a Goyo thing. Like so. Well, let's fix that. I think this is the requirement. Nothing. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Just do a quick Vim. See how that's going to go. Now, we do have these specialized lines and all this sort of weird stuff going on. However, let's go ahead and actually write something here. I guess this should be fine for now, though that is way too much. But at the very least, we actually have a way to pull this type of stuff off. However, I think I'm going to go ahead and just end this video here. Thank you, and good night.